Hello and welcome to Electric Guitar Review. My name is Ben Morgan Brown and you've just been watching Jace Morris demonstrating the Super Viking from Hagstrom Guitars. Featuring a semi-hollow body built from ply maple and with a Canadian hard maple set neck, the Super Viking has a 25.5 inch scale length resonator fingerboard with 22 medium jumbo frets. Two Hagstrom HJ50 pickups are controlled with a three-way selector and a pair of volume and tone controls, with push-pull coil taps on the tone controls. With Hagstrom design 18:1 ratio tuners and a long travel tunematic bridge with Hagstrom trapeze tailpiece, the Super Viking has an RRP of £919. For this review, Jace is playing through a Marshall JCM 800 and a Fender Twin Reverb reissue, so let's have another listen to some playing now, and then please join me afterwards for my thoughts. The Super Viking has got a definite vintage vibe about it, reminiscent somewhat of a couple of particular brands beginning with G perhaps, but the bound F-style sound holes, block inlays and subtle flame combine to create a very pleasing look. Build quality wise, the guitar seems well put together with no sharp fret ends and well fitted hardware, although closer inspection does reveal a few areas of finish build up around the neck joint. Those areas aside, the finish is well done, although it does feel quite thick and has that slightly greasy feeling that thickly polished finished guitars often have. The neck profile is an inoffensive shallow C without much in the way of a shoulder. It's maybe a bit flat on the back for my liking, but I doubt many players will find much to complain about. The factory setup is very nice, with the 25.5 inch scale length and 10-46 strings having a pleasant snap to them and adding a slightly different feel to the more common 24.9 scale that you would find on a semi-hollow. Plugging in, the pickups provide a contrasting set of tones. The neck sounds nice and plummy with plenty of woodiness, whereas the bridge is a little more brash and biting. The middle position combines this well for a more balanced tone. On closer listening, there is a bit of a peak in the upper mids in both positions that I found a little tiring on clean sounds, but with a bit of grit I found that edge gave the Super Viking a slightly more aggressive sound than I was expecting. Unfortunately, I found the coil tap sounds to be relatively uninspiring, and I can't see that I would use them that much, and the taper on the volume and tone controls is essentially all or nothing, which is a shame as I think just rolling the tone back a tiny amount controlled that mid-range peak on the bridge pickup, but I found it hard to find the right spot. To be fair, the pickups did respond quite well to picking dynamics, so I think I'd be tempted to leave them in humbucking mode with all controls on 10 and rely on my picking hand attack and position to draw different sounds from the guitar. At £919, I think the RRP is a little optimistic on this guitar. although it does appear to be available for around the £750 mark, which brings it more into line with equivalent quality instruments from other brands. At that price, I would say the guitar stands alongside its main competitors as a viable choice, and I think it will be personal preference to style as to whether the Hagstrom would win out. Overall, I'd say the Hagstrom Super Viking does a good job of hanging with its obvious rivals. It doesn't leap out of the pack as being the standout instrument in its class, but neither is it a poor alternative to other offerings. Ultimately, it stands shoulder to shoulder with its competitors, and like so much when it comes to guitars, it will be down to the player to decide if it comes home with them. I hope you've enjoyed this video from Electric Guitar Review. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon to be kept up to date when we post new videos, and Jason and I look forward to seeing you next time.